Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Jai and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for sliding through. If you're returning, welcome back, girl. You guys, I did not feel like standing on my feet today, so today we are in a room. The background is looking just a little bit different, but the vibes are all the same. So today we came through with another super fun like fall color. When I tell you, I absolutely love reds. I love the reds, the gingers. I just love everything that just, you know, it's like sweater hair. Makes you want to wear like a sweater. Even though it's not super cold in Atlanta, it's still like the fall, like the leaves are falling off the trees. It's just very like warm and comforting. So I love colors like this. And I just love experimenting with different styles and things like that too. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, make sure that you do stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe. So before we get any further, I do want to take a moment and shout out to our sponsor today. So today we worked with Eayon Hair. They sent us over 3 bundles of their deep wave hair in the color dark 350. So that's like a dark burgundy-ish type color. I like to think of it as like if you had a vibrant red and then you kind of like just washed it and it kind of fades a little bit. It gives you that really like pretty, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a really like cranberry, gives me in the vibes of like Thanksgiving, like just very fun and flirty. So they did send that over for us today, so I do want to say thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. So for today's video, we did achieve this. I would consider this more of like a goddess braids because as you can see, you can almost barely even see the braids, and we did use a smidget of braiding hair. So I would like to say this is like 99% human hair actually, because we use so little like braiding hair. We literally use like just like a smidge of braiding hair. So I would consider this to be goddess because you can't really see the braids. I feel like with boho braids you can kind of see like more of the actual braid with like the hair, like the human hair dangling out from like a few of the braids. So yeah, I would consider this goddess, and I absolutely love it. We did it in a size medium. Y'all check out my edges. My edges are growing back. As you see, I usually have like little corners where it's really like dented in and stuff like that, but we almost have a full hairline now. The baby hairs are not baby hairs, they're adult, but nonetheless, we absolutely love this style. So before we get any further, I do want to get into like the products and things like that. You guys know I always like to let you know what you need for the style, and it's going to be in the description box for you as well if you just want to click the links and get it that way. So let's go ahead and get into it now. Yeah, so for today's style, we didn't end up actually having to use too much stuff, just like the normal things. Of course, we use 2.5 bundles of the deep wave hair in the color 350, well, dark 350. And I do recommend that you use some braiding hair. It makes it easier to seal the ends. You don't have to like dip the hair really. I used a braiding rack. I did use my 3-way mirror. We did try a new gel today. I'm going to have it linked down before you, and I'm going to have it here as well. And then of course like some combs, some clips, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, that's all you're gonna need for today's style. So let's go ahead and get into the actual nitty gritty of things, okay? Okay, so I look absolutely crazy, but the hair is completely parted and everything like that. I followed our method that we've been doing for the past couple of videos where we part like literally the whole entire section. Let me go ahead and show you. This side is just like in a ponytail, and then the other side in the top is completely freeform. I'm gonna go ahead and start in the back like I normally do, just because I feel like that just works better for me. I know that a lot of people online say start in the front so that you don't burn out, but for me that doesn't work so well. So I'm gonna start in the back, but I am going to show you guys more of the process when we get to the front. So I will be right back. This is the hair on the rack, already pre-prepped and ready to go. So if you've been following me on this channel for a while, then my technique is no secret. So I'm going to go ahead and split the section into 3 equal parts. I'm going to apply a little bit of gel at the root just so that it's easier to grip. And so then I'm going to begin by slipping a piece of the human hair in between my middle finger and my index finger. And I like to wrap it around the top just so like it grips and it doesn't like slide out. I know that some people were saying they were having an issue with that. So I recommend either wrapping it around the ponytail, put it in your mouth, or you can use a clip. Now, as you can see, I'm using the tiniest pieces of like braiding hair. That's because I don't really need the braiding hair to make the hair thicker. I need it just to have a little length on the bottom for when it's time to tie the knot. I'd rather tie a knot with braiding hair rather than the human hair. So after I'm done feeding in those 3 pieces of the braiding hair, I'm going to flip the braid to a more comfortable position. And now that we're there, I'm going to go right into it with a piece of human hair and wrap that around the top as well. And so what I'm doing is I'm counting to 8, and then every 8 braid motions, you're going to see that I'm going to add in a piece of hair. You can do it how often as you would like, but for this style, I'm going to do it every 8 braid motions. And what I mean by that is after this piece, I'll show you. So we add the braiding here, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we add in another piece. And then we just do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we add another piece. So that's what I'm just gonna do in my entire head. Now at the top, I might do it, I think I did do it a little like every 6 braid motions or every 5 braid motions. But at the bottom, when it comes to braiding in the human hair, I just add in a piece of hair every 4 braid motions. And I'll show that process again at the end. I didn't realize it was coming up on it in his voiceover, but yeah, this is what I'm doing. And then you see how it's like braiding hair sticking out at the bottom. I'm just gonna continue to braid until I get to the bottom of my natural hair. And then once I get to that point, I'm gonna wrap that braiding hair around the entire braid. See what I'm saying? So I went ahead and wrapped it twice, and then I'm gonna wrap it one last time just to secure it. And since it's very minimal braiding here, you don't even have to dip. But yep, this is how much we added into the braids on the lower half.
It was a little bit later and we made it to the top. I went ahead and just molded down my middle part. This is like the most important part because you need it to be super flat and all that. And so I'm really gonna show you how you'll be able to like make it look like you used that color braiding hair. As you see, even though my hair is dark and I use dark braiding hair to feed in, it doesn't overtake like the color of the hair. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's still predominantly red, or this ashy red, instead of being like spotty, like black and white. So I'm gonna show you that. Now I ended up running out of the Magic Fingers gel, so what I did is I went in with this gel here. This one is actually it's called the red one gel, I'm guessing. And I actually see this on like on TikTok and stuff like that, and it says maximum control hair wax. So I don't know, it might make it a little bit easier to like grip. As you see, it's got like a really crazy shine to it. So I don't know, I'm gonna try it out. This is gonna be my first time using it on myself. I just happen to have it around and it's not expired, so I was like, okay, let me just try it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then we're gonna be done. I'm gonna shape the hair a little bit, maybe spray it down. I don't have to dip it because I did knot the ends, and I used very little braiding hair, so dipping it wouldn't even like make a difference really. It's just gonna be all for nothing. So yeah, we are almost done.
So now that we're at the top, we're gonna go with that same process. And so this braiding gel is actually really good. It really, if you're having an issue with grip, then you need to try this. I don't know how it's gonna be when it's time to wash it out, I'll be honest. But I guess I'll just talk about that in the next video. But I'm gonna go ahead and start by braiding it into 3 sections. This is so you have a nice, cohesive like look on the top. I'm gonna do 2 full braid motions, and then I'm going to go ahead and slide a piece of the human hair in between my pinchy fingers. And now the numbers that you're going to see in the top right are just the amount of hair that I add in. I did have somebody say like I shouldn't tell you guys to add in so much hair if that's not what I'm adding, so this is just proof in the pudding, girl. I do feed in a lot of hair, so that means I have to prep a lot of hair too. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed in my 3 pieces of the braiding hair, and then like I say, I'm gonna flip it to a more comfortable position, and then you'll see I'm just gonna begin braiding in that human hair. And this, like I said, this is how you're gonna keep it from looking like more braids than the human hair. So I'm just gonna keep on feeding it in around the back. And yeah, the rest of this part is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, you're just gonna keep on doing that, and then when you get to the bottom, same process.
And so do you see how, like, even though I added like black hair to it and my hair is dark, you can still see a lot of the color in the braid. It's almost like you can't even tell. I just realized that the ceiling fan might be a little too loud, so hopefully you can hear me, but yeah. And then at the end, we're gonna take the last bit of the braiding hair that we see. And this is what we use to create our knot. And that's it, right? And just like that, the hair is done. I'm absolutely loving it. Y'all know I'm loving all like the fall colors and stuff like that, just playing with new looks. And I feel like when it comes to your hair, don't like box yourself in. You have so many different things you can do with your hair, so do it. So yeah, so this is the look. As you see, the parting is down, very, very nice and cohesive. I left this little smidget of my natural hair out. Look at this. Look at this. I have to fix that braid because if I don't, this is going to slowly start to break down and we don't want any unnecessary breakage. So yeah, so this is what the actual hair looks like. Now I did go ahead and brush it out so it looks like really, really big. When it's wet down, the color does show up on camera a little darker, so that's why I didn't want to wet it down, because I wanted you guys to see the actual color of the hair. I just feel like it looks so like, I don't know, it's got some copper in there. It's like copper undertones or something. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's just really, really beautiful. I love it. And like I said, it's just so light. And his hair is dyed. I do want to say the hair is dyed. And typically when you're dealing with dyed human hair, it sometimes can feel a little pasty, especially if you put too much gel in it or anything like that. This does not feel like that at all. Even though I have a lot of gel in my hair, it's still really, really light. It's not stringy. It doesn't smell. So I'm absolutely loving that as well. But yeah, so this is it. I hope that this video was super helpful for my girls and is acting as a great inspiration video for a style for the fall. Also for like around the Christmas area too, like the reds and all of the browns and stuff. I just love all things like fall. So yeah, I do want to say thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe before you go, and I will see you in the next video. That was so lame.